But you have to know that life is not based on absolutes,
Right.
or just dreams. So it will depend on you.
Right.
Because it's like mentorship, right? You need a mentor to walk you through certain things in life.
Right.
And those kind of help you to kind of make informed decisions, right? On what you want to do with your future.
And I think that's why it's very important that going forward, people should try to, as parents, I believe it's part of your responsibility to observe what your child is good at. Because they say that it's easier and fun for someone to do something that they are naturally interested in.
Welcome viewers once again to DLS Wave. We are back again with another video today, and in this episode we're going to have a very interesting discussion that we believe you will enjoy. So the question we're asking today, which we'll be discussing, is there too much pressure on young people to know what they want to do with their lives? Or is it okay to not know what you want to do with your life? What does society say about this? But before we go ahead, we just want to call on you to support this channel by subscribing to the channel and sharing to all the people you know. Our target for this month is to hit 100 subscribers. So what are you waiting for? Click the subscribe button and share the video so we can hit this target together. Let's go. Welcome back. So we're going to go on with our discussion, and as usual I have S here and D here, and the question we're asking here is, after your tertiary education, say university, is it a must that someone must have a plan or an aspiration as to what they want to do when they finish their university education, or do we think it's not necessary to have a plan? Okay, so let me start with D. What do you think? Do you think someone who is, say, a university student should already have a plan as to what they want to do when they finish university?
Yeah, I think from the start of uni, you should start forming something.
Right.
And I think this is, I was telling someone the other time, I said, during our upbringing, we never get the lesson of being an entrepreneur, like by working for ourselves and stuff.
Right.
So with this particular generation, I think you should have a plan. From level 100 till you complete, you should have a plan. You know, our system is designed or formed on certain premise, yeah, that you would want to work for someone. So if you have a plan and your plan is, okay, after uni, I want to work for, or I'll do a work. It doesn't matter who you work for, but related to the course I've done. You say, okay, I give myself maybe 2 years or 3 years and see, then I'll build something, then I'll do this, because when you do that, the plan would help you.
You want to say it serves as a guide.
It serves as a guide. You might, don't get me wrong, times will be tough. You might fall off a little bit, but because you have that plan, you would always try to fall. You should always try to fall on that plan. It will help.
Right.
Some of us had no plan. For me, for instance, I had a plan, but not necessarily for work. It is more of go to work for somebody, but then create a family. You understand?
Right.
At a certain age,
Right.
And by a certain time, I should have finished my childbirth and whatever process with that lady I will get married to. That plan, I had it,
Right.
but I could not fulfill that plan because the other plan of working for somebody, I was working for peanuts. You understand?
And it was probably taking all your time and all.
It took
that.
all my time.
Right. Right.
You
Okay.
understand? So
Right.
I think you should have a plan.
Right.
I think you should.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I second that. Absolutely, you should have a plan. I mean, without a plan, it's like
Right.
there is no target, there is no anything to look forward to. It's just like having aspirations and dreams, right?
Right.
You have to work towards something. The question in itself, it's a great question, but I would actually think in terms of people understanding and agreeing to what you choose to do, what your plan is. I mean, imagine like finishing or completing college, school, university, and then you say you want to be like a guitarist, right? I mean, society naturally gonna look at you. What are you crazy? It's like, parents too. Like
Right.
they took you to school, all this investment, and you want to. So I feel like that is where the problem lies. So I feel like a lot of kids, a lot of us, I think we went through the same thing. We had all these things in the back of our heads we really truly wanted to do, but then we were actually thinking more of our parents and the society, right? Are we gonna get vilified for doing this as opposed to doing what the norm is, right?
Right.
Because you gotta aspire to be an engineer, right? Something big time, a
Yeah.
pilot, musician, doctor,
Right.
stuff like that.
But who is going to clean the road for you?
But this is what I'm saying. So how many people are gonna be like, I want to be a bus driver when I grow up?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think I've had a kid tell me that once, and I was even surprised. Like, I want to be a bus driver. It could be possibly because his dad is a driver. Then he probably looks up to his dad. So I feel like that is more something that is supposed to be looked
Let me
at
add
as opposed to having
what
a
you're
plan.
saying. Let me add to it. You see, the problem for an African child or a Ghanaian child, it's that we are not giving room to explore.
Right.
Not only explore, but harness our talent.
Yeah.
We don't use our talent. It's just a few. It is just a few that uses their talent.
Right.
But if you look at the people, your mates you grew up with, so many talented kids in there, where if it were to be any country that is open and accepting people, actually people are working or making wealth through their talent, Ghanaians having a plan would have been easier for some of us.
Right.
You understand? Because your talent would do the job for you.
That's what I also wanted to chip in, that sometimes to make a decision or a plan, you need some support services.
Yes.
And the support services are not there.
There.
In that, in our schools, we don't have counselors.
Yes.
In some so-called advanced countries, they have, every school must have a counselor, a trained psychologist or a counselor who observes every student and interacts with them periodically and try to help them, not to decide for them, but they try to help them to shape their future plan. So what are your interests? I see that you have this. Is that what you're interested in? Yeah, I like that. And I think you can do this. You can start to look into this and that and that. And by that support, the kid will easily be able to confidently choose their line
I'll
of
give
work.
you a typical example. And even this is with me. I wanted to be a footballer. Yeah?
Yeah, don't even mention that in a home.
Hold on. and I told my mom. And my mom, she was open. Yeah, she was open. She was like, okay, but you still go to school. I was going to school. All right. And my uncle came and said, and my mom told my uncle, he said he wants to be a footballer. He wants to join one of the teams. And then my uncle was like, oh, no, don't. They go to do juju and this and this. Look at his leg. And then my mom looked at my leg and look at how slim you are. They'll break my son's leg for me. So forget about the dream. Okay, as kid,
Right.
you just, you are doing your stuff. When SS time, you have to pick schools, right? I picked Winneba Secondary School. The reason why I picked that school was because I thought they were doing sports-related program. So at that tender age, I had the love for sports.
Yeah.
So truly, I should be doing something sports-related. I could have been a doctor in a physio.
Kinesiology, all those things.
Anything
Yeah.
sports-related.
PE teacher.
But you see, limited.
Right.
You understand? So yes, having a dream of playing football, you can, this is a place where they do anything. And those places, they teach everything.
Yeah, they have a lot of sports academies.
Exactly.
And stuff there, yeah.
You understand? So you go to a place like this, your talent will be discovered. Actually, it is not the football.
Right.
It is you being, what do you call it? A counselor for people who play the game.
You're right.
Because you have knowledge.
Right.
You
Yeah.
understand? But because we
Yeah.
don't have those things.
It's exactly what he said. Supporting systems, right?
We don't have it.
We don't have those.
Right.
Because it's like mentorship, right? You need a mentor to walk you through certain things in life.
Right.
And those kind of help you to kind of make informed decisions, right? On
Right.
what you want to do with your future. But the same thing, like, conversely, it's like, you don't have that information. You're not equipped with that information. You don't have any mentorship. So it's like, where are you going? So it's like you go wherever the wind blows you. So you thought, oh, this is trending now. I want to be it.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I see this guy making a lot of money. I want to be it.
Right.
So you just do not have like a fair idea of who you are and what you want to be.
Right.
So ultimately, it's about your motivations, right?
Right.
You're saying you want to be something. What are the reasons? Have a checklist. What are the reasons why you want to be this, and that?
Right. And
So I feel like-
I also feel like sometimes the parents themselves don't know, they don't observe their kids to know what they can do well in. And so they blindly push them into certain areas that they don't fit
But
in.
you see why I don't blame I'll tell you, I don't blame our parents because we are complaining the system is not there.
I do blame some parents. Just finish your
hold
point.
on.
Yeah.
I'll explain it this way. Yes, you can put some blame on some of the parents, but we're talking about the system is not there. So they themselves did not experience that system. They were forced to go with the norm, or they had no option to go with the norm. So everybody that comes out of that norm goes with the norm. You understand? We were fortunate that we came at a generation where things started popping up. You know, you get to read some newspapers from outside and stuff. We were doing pen pals and stuff. So we had a different type of window. So we started seeing things differently, but they still did not clock it. You understand?
Yeah.
But if you ask this current generation, they don't have the choice to say, I don't want to have a plan. It is not about when you have a plan, it will be successful. No,
Right,
but
right.
you should, because there are so many avenues out there. You understand?
Right. Okay,
That is my
I think we can go on and on, but let's chip this one in. Parents, like we just said, parents expect sometimes too much from the kids, and they push them to do things that the kids themselves are not interested in. Do we think it's right? Is it morally right for the parents to be the one to make the choice for the kid rather than allowing the kid to
Yeah,
make
that was what I
choice?
was saying, that I disagree on that part. I mean, not entirely, but some parents, not every parent. It's the worst thing is like a parent saying, "Oh, I want you to be this," right? You know, it's like it's almost like an investment.
And
You
they
might
keep
invest
pumping
in-
it in your head since 5
Exactly.
years
It's almost
old.
like you're an investment. I'm investing in pumping this,
Right.
you know, financial, like, you know,
Amount,
into you. So you have to turn out a certain kind of way. And that is the worst thing, because it's like, if it's doable, why didn't you become that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're an affluent parent, it's like, okay, you got money, you've attained a certain kind of like, you know, elitism status in society, then it makes sense. Okay, I'm
Right.
like, you know, a pilot, so
Right.
I would kind of like, you know,
Right.
want you to do something even better than I am. If the least you could do is become a pilot too, right? I get that part. But not, you know, an average parent with like an average wanting. It's okay to want,
Yeah.
but to push it, force it down the throat of the kid, right?
Yeah.
This is why a lot of kids end up having like even good high paying jobs, but they still hate their jobs.
Right.
You know, because inwardly, subconsciously, it's like they're not happy. This is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Not only kids, there are people of our generation and beyond who they were never happy with their job.
Right.
But like we said, they had no other option.
You had to satisfy
You
your
follow a certain norm.
Right.
You understand? But the thing is, with this current generation, they have so much to pick from. You understand? I think it's better than when we were coming up. So, yes, when some of our parents saw our talent. If I ask you, what is your talent? You know you can do certain things, but you're not even sure what your talent is actually.
That's what I wanted to say, that some parents are not good at, or they're good, but they are just not willing to accept the fact that my son or my daughter says this is what they want to do. They just want to pump it in your head and say, this is what I want you to do.
Doctor, go be a
Yeah,
doctor.
but
I believe that
No, one thing also,
yeah.
not, just to kind of
Yeah.
like add a bit of a strain to what you're saying, it's like growing up, we on like the African continent, it's a bit different, because maybe in the western part and maybe now in Africa things are changing, right?
Yeah.
But we growing up, it's like you dare not challenge your parents.
Parents.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Your dad says something, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? Like, are you kidding? Like, you're kidding, right? You know what I'm saying?
I
So it's
wanted
like,
to be a doctor. You're gonna
that's
be
what
a
I'm saying.
doctor.
So it's not even a matter of the parent pumping it into your head.
Right.
you just had no choice in the first place.
Right.
Your dad wants you to be this, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this is how we were raised, to be respectful of our elders, our parents, and everything. So
Right.
that becomes like a huge roadblock for like
Yeah. And I think
kids
that's
who are like talented in different areas, but
Yeah.
they've been asked to do something else.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
And I think that's why it's very important that going forward, people should try to, as parents, I believe it's part of your responsibility to observe what your child is good at. Because they say that it's easier and fun for someone to do something that they are naturally interested in. If you want to play tennis, look at people like Roger Federer. Is a parents going to sit back now and say, "Oh, I regret it"?
No.
allowing
No,
my
but
kid to
that's
play tennis?"
it's like I'm saying we're only looking at one side of the coin because there is the other side, which is think
they
about-
investing in you and
not necessarily as a parent, right? You would want the best for your kid,
Right.
But think about a case when your kid comes to and it's like, I want to be a reader. I love reading books.
But it pays.
But that's the thing. Does it really pay though? Reading books. I mean, being a reader or what? Does
Yeah,
it really pay?
but you're looking at it from where we come from.
But that's what, of course, because
Yeah.
because that's what you said. That's what I'm about.
Right.
I was about to make that point that,
Yeah.
like you said, right, the environment we grew up in, the supporting systems he's talking about.
Yeah.
Can you make a living off of some of the choices that, like
Right.
kids make, right? So I want to be this, or I want to become like a vlogger per se.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming a thing,
Now
but
it's a
not
job.
everybody makes
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So think about it, parent. You spend so much money educating your kid, and they're like, "I want to be a vlogger." Are you really gonna be okay?
Yeah,
with that?
but I can use the same analogy and say he or she will go to the school or what you want him to gain knowledge in, and he will go to work. Most of the jobs back home does not pay. That is the truth. Actually, the jobs that we frown upon, like when you go to the Western world, those jobs people frown upon, those are the jobs that really pay. Pays a lot.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying. If you travel abroad,
So
right? You're talking about, like,
let me
the
ask
kind of
you.
system, yeah.
Let me ask you, as a parent back home, your son comes and wants to tell you, "I want to be a janitor." But people have used that job to be turned into billionaires.
right. I think that
So for me, I think because of where we come from,
Yeah.
our job pool is too narrow. It's too narrow.
That's the word. It's
I think
Less than narrow,
in
frankly.
recent years it will be narrow if we think of it in the sense of you being a job seeker. But
Everybody in Ghana is a job seeker.
as a parent also knowing what we know now in the world, you
Yeah.
can also guide them, not completely knock it out apart, but you can guide them and say, okay, if you want to be a janitor, fine. But you can be the employer. You can
Exactly.
create a company and employ people. But that's the mentality we
But
don't have.
We don't have. Thank
We
you.
always have the job seeker thing.
But there's one question kind of nudging on my brain. Do you really think a graduate, like college graduate, university graduate, right? Do you think they have the capacity to make those life-altering decisions, right?
Unless life don't. It depends on the challenges you're having in life.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's like a 21, 22-year-old comes out of university. Are they really that equipped, well-informed to make those kind of like big-time decisions?
Because
hold
the
on,
infrastructure
because
is not
it's like
there.
to that kid, it's more about following your dreams, right? But is it always the best thing? Do you have to choose between following your dreams or be realistic and say, okay, this your dream does not make a living?
No, you can
So-
follow. You can follow your dream, but you have to be sensible about it. It's the same. You working for someone. There comes a time you drive, get in front of the workplace, and you ask yourself, "What the hell am I doing here?"
Right. DLS viewers, this discussion is getting interesting. We have a lot more things we want to talk about, and we can't finish all in one video. So we're going to leave it here as a part 1, and we're going to come your way again with part 2 very soon. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so when we drop a new video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much for sticking around once again. Signing out from here, DLS Wave. Peace out.